Hi, my name is Anna. This is Renewed Life Acres, and in this video we're gonna do a little recap of our first annual Pick-a-Pear Picnic that was this past Sunday. We had about 60 friends here, people from church, some neighbors, and some family. We had a potluck picnic. We had a water slide for the kids for a while, but there was a mishap with that, which I'll explain later in the video. We picked pears and we had our pie contest. I think everybody had a good time. I certainly did, and we are super excited to host the event next year, and we're gonna make some improvements next year, which I will also talk about later in this video. I was honestly just glad that we had enough food, parking, and pears to go around. I actually have a ton of pears left that I've been picking and trying to sell locally. But first, let's roll some of the video clips that I got from Sunday. We were able to get that big mulch pile all spread out. My husband and my brother did that. And then my brother also helped weed whack the property just to make it look a little tidier. The weather ended up turning out to be great. It was really hot, but at least it didn't rain. We set up some ladders near the pear trees, though I saw that most people didn't even use the ladders. We had our tent and chairs set up for some extra shade, some fans going. The parking turned out perfectly. I didn't have to put out any yellow flags or really direct people very much. We had more than enough food and a lot of leftovers, so that turned out well. And I think overall everyone had just a great time fellowshipping with each other and meeting new people, enjoying just a fun Sunday afternoon with friends. The kids definitely had fun on the water slide while it lasted, but after about an hour in, I went inside to refill our water pitchers for drinking water, and there was no water. So we had reached the limit of our well tank, and it was just not refilling at the speed that we were using water for the water slide. So at that point, there were a bunch of kids with soap all over them and no way to rinse off. That was unfortunate, and next year we're gonna make sure that that doesn't happen again. Also, it killed the grass where the slip and slide was, so we're gonna figure out a better way to do that next year also. Then it was time to pick pears. All of the kids and even some of the adults had a great time picking the pears. And after that, it was time to announce the winner of our pie contest. We had four wonderful pie entries. After we're done with this, everyone please eat some of the pies. But we had 3 judges, and they have decided that the winner is the maple bourbon peach pie with peach Yay! This is our revolving trophy, so she's gonna have it for a year. Next year, she's gonna bring it back to this event, and the next owner is gonna take it for the next year. Once things started to slow down, I was able to pick some pears myself, which I really enjoyed. Like I mentioned earlier, there were a lot of pears left, way more than I expected, which I was very grateful for. These past 2 days after the event, I've just been getting 5-gallon bucket loads worth. I think I have 11 5-gallon buckets worth so far, and there are still a ton of pears on the tree that I can't reach quite yet. I've been laying them out in our guest bedroom on the floor to finish ripening since they have a few more weeks to go. And I can't wait to do some preserving with them. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with them yet, but I know that I'm going to try canning for the first time with them, so I am super excited about that. There's actually less than I expected on things that I'm gonna wanna change for next year, but the biggest thing is that we're gonna get some IVC totes for the side of the house to catch some rainwater off of our roof. Not only for this event, but we will use that rainwater next time we have a water slide. But I would even be scared watering a very large garden with our well water, since we know that on full blast with the hose, it's about an hour's worth at a time. We've never had any issues inside the house with long showers, running the dishwasher and the clothes washer or anything like that at the same time, but it was a little scary when I turned on the faucet and there was no water. This is our first time being on a well. We used to be connected to city water, and of course that's an endless supply with a huge reservoir for the whole city, so we never even thought about that. But I guess this is just what happens when you have a well. You have some limitations, but then on the other end, you don't have a water bill, which is really nice. Hopefully we're gonna get some IVC totes set up, and I can make a video about that whenever we do that. And that's gonna be about it for this week's video, a little short recap video on our Pick-a-Pear Picnic this year. I hope to, like I mentioned, make this a annual event each year that our pears come into fruit. So be on the lookout for years to come with that. And I'm gonna try to get a sourdough video filmed for next week, so be on the lookout for that. Thanks for watching.